You know, something that just doesn't sit right with me is the fact that you all haven't discovered Marie Maravilla, and it just doesn't sit right in my spirit. That may all change after you watch my video on the reviews of the Toxic Paradise series. The Toxic Paradise series is about this motorbike club that works with this rug cartel in the area. Is working with them so they can run certain shipments of pew-pews. The first book to start off the Toxic Paradise series is Skeletons of Society. I love this book. And it's such a great start to the series. Like, I love when the first book of a series can get you hooked. And this is no exception. We learn about our female main character, Ryan, and how she came into the rug cartel of Los Muertes. Right off the bat, we see that she's a baddie. Like, she is just running things. Nobody's gonna mess with her. Nobody's gonna step to her. She's just a bad right? Not only is she handling that side of the business, but she also owns and runs a ballerina club. It's a safe spot for midnight ballerinas to go and work and be able to make some money and not have to do things that they don't want to do, along with security being able to create a safe haven for them to just do their job and do their work. And I'm here for it. Girls who are for the girls. Love it. But let me tell you, when I say that nobody's gonna mess with Ryan, no one is gonna mess with Ryan because she's known as La Brujita. You'll know and you'll see who La Brujita is when it's your final moments, baby. Our main male character, Gunner, is part of the motorcycle bike club, the Skeletons of Society. He's tasked with going over and meeting with Ryan in order for them to work out business, see how things are running, how they can work together in order to make a mutual effort to make this thing work. The problem with that is that Gunner is such a machiste. And if you don't know what machiste means, machiste in Spanish means he's so machismo. Like, I just said it in Spanish. Sorry. He's such a misogynistic man. Like, he's misogynistic. He doesn't think in the right way. He assumes. Not that he does it on purpose. He just assumes. So the day comes where he's supposed to meet Ryan and he's supposed to work the kinks out, and he walks in. He's mesmerized by this woman that he sees first in a white suit, and she comes in the middle of the business meeting. He automatically assumes that she's one of the girls that El Jefe, the top boss, is messing around with. He's like, hey, Buttercup, get me my drink. And you should know that when men are conducting business, you don't come in and interrupt that way. He finds out the hard way that the Ryan that he's supposed to meet up with and figure out how to make this whole thing work and learn the ropes from, Ryan is the woman in the white suit. Talk about awkward. From that moment, he's got it bad for her. Well, now it's her turn to meet him at his territory, but the motorcycle club, the Skeletons of Society, they have a rule that when you come, you gotta fight your way to even be there. Literally. She has to go up against this big brolic dude in a match. And so Gunner's freaking out for her. He's like, hey, listen. Like, he's assuming, again, machismo, he's assuming that she doesn't know how to fight. She's gonna run off for the hills and, you know, she's gonna get hurt. So he's over here trying to teach her how to fight right before the fight. And she's just like, yeah. Oh, is that what I'm supposed to do? Okay. All right. And he's like, pay attention. She gets into the ring and she just starts mollywopping the dude, like, pop, pop, and he's stunned. My boy is head over heels for her. Like, he's a goner. Gunner the goner. She has a little bit of attraction for him too, but there's a bit of a difficulty when it comes to the cartel side. There's someone who's playing games and is going to try to get in between them. And it's not that Ryan is dating this character. It's just that she has history with this person, and she's kind of blurred the lines, and she feels like she needs to remain faithful and loyal to them, even though she's not with this person. If you like banter, the spice in this is hot. It's pretty hot. It gets hot. One thing I notice about Marie Maravilla that she likes to write is a specific way of exchanging of fluids. I don't know how else to put it, so I can keep it PG-13 here for YouTube, but basically the guy hatu in her mouth, okay? Exchange of the saliva. There we go. That's a better way to put it. I haven't read a book by Marie Maravilla where that doesn't happen. Definitely check it out. It is the first book in the Toxic Paradise series, and it's a great start to the series, which is where we're gonna head into the second book. So now the second book in the Toxic Paradise series is Syndicate of Sins. And this one tells the story of Scarletta. We get an introduction of Scarletta and her men. Yes, plural, men, because this is a Why Choose book. We get an introduction to them when Ryan is trying to solve her problem with what's going on with Los Muertes. And Scarletta is her homegirl. They go back, like, way back. That's her homegirl. She's loyal to her and holds her down 10 times over. We do get an introduction of Scarletta and her men, but in her book, we see how she ended up in the situation that she ends up in. After she lost both her parents, she is forced to be taken in by her uncle. But her uncle has never really treated her well. If anything, he's trained her to be a trained paid unaliver. One of the best. Okay? Not only that, she's also a techie. We see that she has a side hustle and she's been doing her business and stuff like that, but she's also playing along in her uncle's game in order for her to survive. Well, one of her cousins, which is her uncle's daughter, is set to get engaged. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up a minute. In one of her jobs, she's tasked with going to a certain party to retrieve some information. But she's not the only one. 3 other men are at the same party. She finds that the 3 men are the sons of these big-time drug dealers. And she's like, that's suspicious. But the kicker is, they're here for the same thing that she's here for. She just gets to it first before them. And she makes an embarrassment out of the biggest one out of all 3 of them when she gets that information that he's looking for and he needs. And she embarrasses him on her exit. So lo and behold, we're back to the engagement night, the engagement party of her cousin. And her cousin's getting engaged to the man that she embarrassed. So when all 3 of them find her, they're like, okay, so this is gonna get fun. Back to that engagement. He calls her over and he's like, hey, you're gonna sit in between us. She's like, I really can't. I really shouldn't. He's like, you're going to. He goes and says, clink, 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 clink. I have an announcement to make, everyone. And she's just like, doesn't know what's gonna happen next. And he's like, thank you all for coming. I would like to announce on this joyous occasion that I'm actually gonna get married to Scarletta. Plot twist! Uncle is furious with her. What do you mean you're engaged to him and you're marrying to him? He's supposed to be marrying my daughter. That's who I offered to you. You know, in the rug world, that's how they deal with things. He's like, I changed my mind. I want her, and I'm gonna get her. and I'm gonna keep her. They end up taking her back to their lair, if you will. Let's just say that the attraction between all four of them starts there. They find out that they have a common interest, that she's trying to take down her uncle. Meanwhile, the three sons of the biggest rug dealers are trying to take down their fathers. It's very interesting to see how this all plays out. I think this book is actually the first book where I actually enjoyed reading Why Choose. This was my gateway into Why Choose, and it's my favorite. If I'm gonna recommend a Why Choose book, I'm gonna always recommend this one because I think it was well written and it was tastefully done. The third and final book in the Toxic Paradise series is City of Salvations. This book tells the story of Nikki, who is Ryan's best friend. And we get an introduction of Nikki in the first book, Skeletons of Society, and Dex, who is Gunner's best friend. So the best friends are best friending together. Or maybe not. I'm getting ahead of myself. Nikki has a secret past that she has ran from. Unfortunately, that past has caught up to her, and it has resorted to her being reclusive. She's stayed to herself. Even Ryan has noticed a difference in her. Ryan just can't put her finger on it until she starts receiving certain gifts and certain threats. So Ryan and Gunner have talked, and they're putting Dex to be Nikki's bodyguard. At this point, Ryan's no longer living with Nikki. They're not roommates anymore. Ryan's like, don't worry about it, because, you don't want to tell me about it. I'm just going to make sure that Dex now is going to be watching over you, and he's going to be your bodyguard. Okay, not bodyguard, but basically watch over her and protect her. They're forced to live in a secret hideout. What they're thinking is, it's 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's going to be spacious. We're going to have our own rooms.
Nope.
That does not happen. They end up being in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo place. It's very small, so they have to share a bed. I love that trope, 1 bed. So they have to share a bed in order for them to figure out how to get her out of this mess. It does get intense to the point where she tries to solve this whole thing by herself, and he's not happy about it. And them being together and spending so much time together in forced proximity together, they tend to learn about each other. The funny thing about these two characters is that they're the most promiscuous characters out of the whole series, but in their book, it's a slow burn. There's a lot of angst. I guess you could say you have to be patient until you see that they finally get together. I love this book. It's a very good slow burn, packed with plot twists that you probably weren't expecting. Good, I guess you could say, bodyguard trope if you're into that, and it's a great ending to the series. I would definitely recommend it. It's something that I can't stop talking about the series at all. I do have a video that I did a reading vlog on where she's under a different pen name. She's under the pen name of Marie M. And I did a reading vlog on High Sticking the Heart, which you can actually check out. And one thing I want to point out is, if you are a fan of Marie Maravilla, how come we're not helping my homegirl out on Instagram? She has less than 10,000 followers on each of her pages, and that just doesn't sit right with me. That don't sit right with me. Go follow her on Instagram, show her some love, and also read her books too, because I promise you, you will not regret it. If you have read any of her books, comment below, let me know which one's your favorite, or if you have a favorite quote, favorite scene, let me know. Or you can also comment and let me know if you've read any books that are similar to hers that I can check out. Like, share, and subscribe so you can catch all the latest videos and get notifications by tapping on that bell notification. And as always, happy reading.